Hello, welcome back. You may have seen in my failed kind of spring cleaning vlog that I had an awful lot of stuff for my trailer, like sickening amount of stuff.
That's obscene.
And because of all that mess, it meant that my spring clean kind of came to an abrupt stop because there was just nowhere to put all the stuff. Plus the rain kind of dampened the problem. However, today the trailer is back. She is outside. I have opened her up. She is fully cleaned out. She looks brand new on the outside. She's just gleaming. And I want to get her repacked because we have now got a few outings in the pipeline. So I'm going to need all my stuff back in that trailer. However, the goal is not to have that amount of stuff that I had in there. The added weight must have just been ridiculous. She's had her service now. We've had new brakes and stuff put on. So yeah, I want to prolong the life of the trailer and the safety because the stuff I took was obscene. So I have had a small little kind of, I'm staring at it now, little bit of an organise. Like I said, my goal is to only really carry what I need to carry, and then I will have to pack the trailer like any normal person. So over here, oh, is it going to focus? Like over here, I put everything that I would take day to day. However, I've since looking at this and going, no, actually, some of that can go in the showing only pile, which is in this trolley. Because I thought, well, the shows, I'd take the trolley, so the showing stuff would live in the trolley, and that can live in the tack room. It can be packed into the trailer where it needs to be packed. And yeah, go from there. I've got stuff down there that only goes to stayaways, like my stable chain and the cider. This box was in the back. Might not need that. Not sure yet. We're going to see. But yeah, there is all this, which is what would go in the trailer all the time. But we are going to do our best to reduce that pile as well. But let's go and actually look at the trailer in all her glory, empty. Right, here we go. Here she is. So we have all this storage under here. We have these two little storage cubby holes. We have what is the wardrobe. We have these cupboards. Now the red shelves I've kept in there because they are very handy. But this slides, so it's like a sliding double door. We have here as well. I probably am going to keep the food and drink and all the stuff in here. That just works best for me. That's what that will be. But she's empty. The back, all the rugs are gone. The rug hanger obviously stays there. She has to have more space than your average horse. So this side would never fit a horse in it. It's not big enough. So I bought the rug rack. And that just sits nicely in there. But I had the box down here. And I'm just going to see whether or not we can get away with not having that box. Then you go around the back of the Equitrek and you have what is called, or what is, the tack locker. But I don't use this for my tack because the saddle actually just kept falling off of the rack. And sometimes when you park, people leave the other side free because of the ramp, and they don't really kind of like realise that you park up or like you want to tie up here. So the tack being around here wasn't practical. I had been keeping like my medical box, my spare tack, bits like that you kind of definitely don't want to go without, like a medical box and things you don't want to go without. And they just kind of live in there. However, we are now going to get this shower actually working. So I'm thinking that actually like this, I might put the little tub of hydration mash that I have, and like her wash bucket and things like that. That will actually could live in here. So this is the thing. We're going to have a juggle round, and yeah, like my treats could do with being in the front. It's just we're gonna have a shuffle. So I think it is time to crack on. I think I am just gonna try and get it all put in, and then we'll have a little run through at the end. Okay, we are semi-done. The sun is also out, but I thought I would start in this room to show you that all of that there would usually be stored in my trailer, like all the time. But it is only the stuff I use at shows, and we are actually only doing 5 shows this year. 3 are stayaways, 2 are just normal day shows. And I was like, I don't need to be carrying this weight around. So I'm going to show you what I've done and see if my logic, or see if you agree with my logic. But I never go to the show without the trolley. So the trolley is now in here. I might have to get a cover for it. But all my show clothes live in here, which people will have seen before. I don't have a lot of storage at home, so all my show clothes live there. Those are my 2 show canes. I've got my show boots, never wear them anything other than the show ring. The fluffy saddle pad and my show girth, again, never wear them anywhere else. Under here is my hat, hang on. So, my show hat lives in this bag, and in the show hat bag I have my gloves, but underneath my show hat I keep all my stocks, spare gloves and ties. So that's all living in there, and then like all my stock pins are on the top. And then I've just got my little jumper boots, put my in-hand hat back, turning it upside down. Turning it upside down so the dust doesn't get in. Grooming kit, and I've reduced it. It is only the stuff I take to the ring. Everything else is in the grooming box in the trailer. Wash bucket, so I need to shred some towel. That again is just for like hot oiling and stuff. And then in here I've put my Concours, box of Concours stuff, and then stay away stuff. Just a hood, a stable chain, and like the emergency contact details for my door. So very much the stuff I don't need to be carrying around all the time. This pile also is just stuff I don't need. There's a step stool there which no one is getting on the ground from. It picks you up that high. Old travel boots, and then all the cups and everything I threw out. I don't need. I just don't need that many cups. And the lights that don't work, and just the rubbish. But here she is. We're gonna go in the front. I'm gonna show you a great idea I've had, but she just looks cleaner. I have put my food back. I have put my drink back, so I had nowhere for it. And sometimes if we win a class, people celebrate that aren't driving, or Brad will drive home, which means I can have a glass of fizz. This is so much more easier to see. So I've got a couple of mugs, couple of glasses, couple of bits of food and drink, like coffee and things, and I can put food net in there. Just toiletry stuff, towels, moisturisers, and then down here I've got cleaning products and my citronella candle. So I particularly love that all this space is free, so I can sort of pack it as I go if I need to take anything extra. I have reduced the cups and like the plug-in kettle that I can't take unless I'm doing a stay away because of the power. Like, it's all out, it's in the box, and then these are just the bits that I can use at day shows. I do want to put some of my coats up in here, and then obviously I'll pack that with jackets and stuff as I go. Scooching along, I've got a bag, because it's always handy to have a bag. I have got my dressage tests, just, again, nowhere else really to keep them, and I might do the odd one. Dublin's little pouch where her passport goes, and then these are all my numbers, bridal numbers and stuff like that. But I've got those because sometimes you'll go to a fun ride and you can use your own. In here, this lovely little Derby House box is just a grooming kit. So there are products in here for show days, but it's also just got like your basic hoof pick brush, tack cleaner, hoof oil bits. So it's all the stuff I'd use to get ready for a show that's not in the show basket, but it's also all usable for day trips. So that can stay there. So I've always got a hoof pick and a brush. Now, I have been clever and put something on the walls of my trailer, because I find that whenever I go anywhere, it gets so messy because there's nowhere really for me to like put things as I'm going. I have got up here, but that just gets filled with stuff. And no matter where I go for riding, I always like to have my hair in a bun or neat under my riding hat. So, Dublin, she's very impatient. She's waiting to go out. So, I ordered these for our bathroom a couple of years ago, and then we didn't like them. So, they've just been living in a box. So I brought them here, and I've done this. I have stuck them to here, so, hello anything. Also, on my phone, because I didn't charge my camera, but I've got my hairspray and my hair gel. This is all full of hair nets. Then I've got all my different scrunchies, so like my evening performance one, the one I ride in all the time, and then my donuts for my buns, little hair toggles hanging on there, little clip, and then this one will just be filled, like I tend to take a little bit of makeup or different things with me to like day shows, so I've got that area, and I love that. Yeah, really, really pleased with the front. The back, again, this is so spacious. I'm gonna feel like I've forgotten something, and I know as it like we go, I might end up like adding a few bits more in, but I'm gonna make such more of an effort to be like, no, unpack from show days, you don't need to carry it with you. So we have all this space, which is great because I can actually safely use the groom's door. I used to have to use a groom's door and climb over and under this rail at the same time. It's not safe. These are spare travel boots, which I leave on here because that's just a bar, and Dublin kind of like hit her head a few times and I didn't like it, so I've padded that out. I'm going to buy some little proper door hooks to go on there again, but I've put that's just there for now. But I'm only packing the rugs I would always take, which would be a fleece and a rain sheet. Always got just a rain sheet because you never know with the British weather. But yes, I don't need all my rugs. I can pack my rugs as I go. So yeah, and then down the bottom I've just got my scoop and my water thing, but I need to work out how to do that where I can bungee cord it to the spare tyre, because I obviously don't want it falling over and getting onto her feet. The next new thing I am trying is this room here. Because we are going to get this shower fixed, I want to try keeping my wash off buckets in the bottom of there. There is a sponge, a brush, a sweat scraper and some shampoo. This is a water bucket. All the buckets should have her hydration mash in. So all the hydration mash is in that tub. And I always have that no matter where we are. But the idea is that I would be using the water from the hose. So those are there, and then I'll spin you around. All the other basic necessities. So I've got a lunge line in case you never know if you're going to want to hang graze or can't load. A bag of spare tack. I've just got one of everything. So some cheap pieces, some stirrup leathers, a headpiece, some reins, a girth, some stirrups. Just if anything broke, I've got it. Spare head collar and lead rope. It's not a travel safe head collar, but it is a lovely one from Gallop Equestrian that I love. It's just sparkly and it's just really girly. But if worse comes to worse, I've got something, and then a spare lead rope. I always then just travel with a set of bandages and gamgee, because if anything happens and she's hurt herself, my medical box is all here, and then I've got some bandages if I need them just to get her home to a vet. My tail guard is in here, so that's what I will travel in. So that's how I'm going to sort of use this space. Again, I'm trying something new. I have a gas bottle on the trailer. Never really use it unless we're at stairways. So it's never like connected and all that unless I get there and park up, which means I can take the stuff out if that's the case. But for everyday use, this is much easier for me to access for these little things. So for example, like treats, I always get back and I could put them under the bench, but I think they'll slide around. I'll see, I might move them, we don't know. But I'm going to try this because I'm always going into here for like tie up things, and it's quite just a handy little cubby hole for like quick access. Because bearing in mind, like when I get back, what I tend to do when I ride on my own is I'll put her head collar in there so that I can get back and I've still got hold of her, so I can hold her in this space so like I'm by the trailer, get her head collar and do all that. So I've put in here handy things and some breakdown stuff. So it seems a bit crazy that it's full, but obviously like this is turned off. So I've got my emergency contact details, so when I go out and leave her on the trailer, I can put those in the window. Then I've got her treats. Then I've got all my little like tie up things. This chain is because, again, if I'm leaving my trailer anywhere, I chain it to the car, so it's less likely to get stolen. And then I've put this breakdown light in here, along with a high vis in case we break down. But this is from Light My Ride. It was gifted, but it's honestly actually incredible because it's not just a breakdown light. On the back, it's got these removable lights, and they flash red, white, or they can be solid white, but they magnet on. That's not magnet. That is, they magnet on. So if we get back, it's not magnet, no. If we get back and we can't see, I can literally put the white light on, and I've just got 3 clippable lights, so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah, like if you do break down, these flash red. I don't think you'll see it in the thing, but so these like flash red, and I found out that they're magnetic. So if you're at the side of the road, you can have that flashing and people are more likely to see you, because the Equitrek lights are very low down. There's nothing high up. So these I love, and having it all in that little cubby hole just means it's really easy to get hold of if we break down at the side of the road. So yeah, it all fits in there neatly. I've got the little high vis, my stuff. Gonna try that, see how we go. Yes, I'm excited now to go out and about. There might be a small delay to the plans that we had because this one came in last Sunday. Yeah, nearly a week, so it's Saturday today. She came in last Sunday, and when she turned around in her stable, she was really dodged, like couldn't step her leg over or anything like that. So I filmed it, sent it to my physio. I was like, I don't think it's a vet thing because she's not lame, but she's definitely uncomfortable. So Olivia came out and agreed, like, she's like, the lameness is so tiny that a vet's not really going to be able to do anything other than say, rest it, see if it gets worse, or bute it and rest it. I gave her bute the first day she came in like it. Haven't buted her since, but yesterday she came in and she turned around in her stable like absolutely fine. And she's done the same again today. I don't want to push my luck, so I've left it. But tomorrow I'm going to take her out for a little in-hand walk, or I might ride it, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, she just come in to get off the grass, and I've been putting her magnets on. Those are what I'll travel in as well now. So these actually can be travelled in. And she's got the magnetic wraps all round, which again, for her age, is perfect. But yeah, she's been coming in to have those on for a couple of hours, haven't you? Yes, if we can make you feel better. But yeah, we were due to be going to the gallops, so at the end of the month, which we probably still can do. If she comes back and she's absolutely fine, I think she's just been silly in the field. Tweaked yourself, haven't you? Being silly. You're not as young as you used to be. But yeah, she's only had a week off, so it's not too bad. Anyway, I'm getting arm ache, so I'm going to shut this trailer up. It is all repacked and it is ready to go. I love that bit up there. Absolutely love it. And the tack room is looking so much better, and yeah, I just got to be good and pack it properly when we go away now and make sure that I unpack it. So I will love you and leave you here. I'm going to turn Dublin back out and get home. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye.